So I'm starting off with the Kiss Aqua BB Cream in the shade Medium. I absolutely love this stuff. It has great coverage. I know it does look a little bit dark, but I do have a tan, so it just all kind of blends in together. I'm using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I'm doing a patting motion with the BB cream to make sure that I get the maximum amount of coverage. So as you can see, the BB cream covered quite well, but I do want to conceal some more spots, so I am using the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Amande. I'm using that concealer to cover my under eye circles and also to cover any other imperfections on my skin. It might look like a lot of product, but it really isn't because I'm using nice thin layers, and I'm going to work that in with an e.l.f. concealer brush. Taking the Makeup Forever Pro Finish Powder in the shade 168, I'm going to use that to set the under eye concealer, and I'm applying that with a Real Techniques sponge. Even though I didn't use a lighter concealer, this powder actually highlights under my eyes, which I really like, and another reason why I like this powder is because it doesn't look cakey. Moving on to contour, I'm using the Black Radiance Pressed Powder in the shade Rich Mahogany. I love this stuff. I've been using it for a long time, and I actually hit pan on it, so you guys know I really like it. I'm using this powder in the hollows of my cheeks, also along my temples and forehead, and I'm also going to take a little bit and put it down the sides of my nose. Now I'm going in with the Real Techniques powder brush in that same Makeup Forever powder, and I'm just going to blend everything in together. Using the same brush I applied the BB cream with, I'm taking that to further blend out that concealer and powder underneath my eyes, so everything just kind of melds together. For blush, I'm going to be using the NYX powder blush in the shade Mocha, and it's just a really nice pinky coral shade. I want to add a little bit of glow to the skin, so I'm using the MAC MSF in the shade Semi Precious Goldstone. I love this color. It looks really nice on my skin tone, and it just adds a nice subtle glow. So I'm taking that along my cheekbones. I'm also going to run that on the sides of my temple, a little bit down the center of my nose, on my chin, and also on my cupid's bow. Okay, please excuse my hands, they are peeling and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyway, I'm just adding a black eyeliner to give my eyes a defined look. Now moving on to the eyes, I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer to help keep my eyeshadow in place all day. I love this eyeshadow primer. It works so well. It works way better than my Urban Decay. It works better than the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and it's only like $6 from the drugstore. I'm using another powder by Black Radiance. It is in the shade Cafe, and I actually use this to bronze when I don't want to use the other one to contour with, and I'm just using that to add a little bit of definition into my eyes. This powder is really nice because it just adds a little bit of warmth to that crease. So now I'm using an oldie but a goodie. This is the eyeshadow from MAC in the shade Sable. I've had this color forever. I think it was one of the first ones I ever purchased. I'm going to take a stiff eyeshadow brush and just apply that all over the lid. Now I'm going to use that fluffy eyeshadow brush again to just make sure everything is well blended. I'm using another eyeshadow by MAC in the shade Arena, and I'm going to pop that into the inner corners to brighten them up a bit. I'm going to apply a little bit of liquid eyeliner. I'm using the NYX Studio Liquid Liner, and I really like this one. I might have to do a review on it. The brush is so small and thin, it's so easy to create a nice thin line. Some people might not like it though because it does have a glossy finish, but for me, I find it perfect. I'm using the e.l.f. Mist and Set to lock everything into place. Moving on to mascara, I'm using my favorite one from the drugstore, which is the Jordana Best Lash Extreme. And finally for the lips, I've been loving nudes lately, so I'm taking the Wet n Wild Mega Lash lipstick in the shade 902C. On top of that, I'll be applying the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. And I'll be taking the Milani lip liner in the shade Hot Chocolate to give my lips a little bit of definition. Alright ladies, so this will complete my summer makeup routine. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.